What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Forgive me while I eat. Have you guys looked into Notion yet? It's getting a lot of buzz around the content creator community. To me, it just looks like another Asana. Another Monday.com. Like, do we need any more of these? Like, do we really need more project management tools? Can we just consolidate everything together? Like, unite all of those teams to work together instead of competing against one another? Like, Jesus Christ. I don't really see... Like, Sam did a whole video on it that I want to watch today. I'm sitting here going, like, Asana has existed for more than a decade, I think. Yeah, it's been around for at least a decade. Like, oh, we work with all these companies. Like, at NetApp, we use like 5 of these. It's out of control. It's absolutely out of control. We don't need another one. How long have these guys been around? Where's their about page? About us. Well, maybe I'll get a different perception when I watch Sam's video on it, but I'm sitting here going like, what? My internet's being really slow today too, so I hope the stream survives. Look at this slow download speed. Slowly populating images in. Might be their site. AWS is having some shit happening to them today too. So who knows? Anyway, you guys had a good week? I have been slammed. I almost didn't stream today, but I thought, well, I gotta eat lunch anyway. I might as well get on and hang out with folks. I'm building some labs today. Hadn't had a chance to do it all week. Yeah. Something's going on the internet today. Nobody has original innovations anymore. Once it shows its promise, everyone and their dog has their version. Yeah. I think there's an element of that. Why is this not going away? What in the hell? Earl, remind me later. Go away. Ugh. Elgato software is usually pretty good, but it's freaking out right now. Look at it, just sitting there spinning its wheels. Because I clicked a taskbar icon. It's up on my top monitor. Maybe it'll just go away in a second. I don't know. I want to watch this video from Sam while I'm finishing my sandwiches. Akamai's had some trouble today. Yeah, that would do it too. Let's watch this video from Sam because I want to finish my sandwiches and I want to see what this Notion thing's all about because I've heard a bunch of people talking about it. I wanted to show you guys something that I created yesterday called a beacon. And it's pretty cool. Wow, internet's bad. So basically, you can have like it's a quick link page, for lack of a better word, but you get to customize it, right? They also have an affiliate program where if you get people to create pages, they give you, and they sign up for like the premium tiers, you get 30% of that. 30%, that's impressive. I haven't done any of that stuff yet, but it's pretty cool. It looks fantastic on mobile. But it's a one-stop shop place for me. I got a little short URL here. I was gonna go stick that in my Twitter profile. Cool. Let's watch this Sam video.
Building a creative workflow is one of the most important things you can do for making videos and for getting organized. And if you're anything like me, you've tried different ways of getting organized, from using physical notebooks to using Apple Notes,
Trello,
reminders, calendars, so on and so forth. And with the amount of tools out there, it does become a bit of a headache to track everything in the video making process. And so last year I discovered a free app called Notion, and over time it has quickly become the bedrock and the foundation of my creative workflow. And so in this video I'm going to unpack how I use Notion to manage this YouTube channel and how I keep myself organized making videos. A lot of you people have been asking for this video. I put a video up back a couple of months ago talking about some free resources, and in that video so many of you wanted to see my creative workflow with Notion and how I use it to manage this YouTube channel and to make these videos. And the main reasons why I like using Notion and the reason why I use it in my YouTube workflows is there are three main features that Notion has. Those are tables and boards,
okay,
linked databases, and templates. All of those kind of make up the foundation of why I use Notion. I'm going to talk about each one of those in this video. But before we dive into those, I do want to give a quick overview and give you guys a bit of a sneak peek into what my Notion workspace looks like. And it all starts with the main central area called ground control, which is kind of like my home base or my home page that I have on Notion. And this has everything I need for quick access, things like my content hubs, different areas, resources, or my branding elements. So let's go through this and show you guys kind of what I have going on here and how it helps me kind of manage my channel. So the first thing I have is an idea dump, and this is essentially like a way for me just to quickly get an idea out of my head and into Notion. It's just a quick basic entry place here, so I can click on the new idea here and I can type in my idea, press enter, and it's been added into my Notion board. The next thing going down, I have different content hubs. So I have things like my YouTube videos, and I have my online courses that I want to develop, as well as things for areas like sponsors, branding, my knowledge hub, which I will get into a bit later on, as well as people, and I'll also get into that later on because both of these are connected. And over here are the videos that are currently in progress, and it's just the videos that I'm either writing or that I'm working on, that are ready to film, that have been filmed, that are currently in the editing process. Underneath that we have resources. These are quick links to things like YouTube Studio, Epidemic Sound, Frame.io, Thumbs Up TV, and Get YouTube Thumbnail, which are
So links, basically. This is Trello reimagined with links.
very useful tools that I use all the time. And then I have my branding elements. These are just like quick links to different pages for my logos, profile pictures, and my media kit. And then I have my in progress knowledge hub area. Now a knowledge hub is essentially like a dumping ground for things that you like, that you want to keep track of or keep a note of for in the future. Now I am going to talk about the knowledge hub in a bit more detail later on, but the first thing I want to talk about is my YouTube video board, and it looks something like this. This is essentially all of the ideas that I have for YouTube videos and where they are in the production process. Now when
look at, I'm not kidding. Look how slow that background's loading. Something's going on the internet today. Anyway, it's not a tit for tat, but it's like, to me, being able to like drag and drop, move these around and all that, just, this is so much more organized for me. And inside of each of these cards, I can put links, I can write copy, I can add people to the card. Like, why do we need another one? It's the same, it's Kanban boards and memberships and shares, and why do we need another one? Asana does this, it's been doing this same shit for a decade. Atlassian and Jira does this same stuff. Why do we need another one? Oh, Notion, because it's got a hipster name to it.
I make a brand new video.
Look at that. So basically brainstorming, right? I got my brainstorming and ideas. There's all my kind of brain dump thing. We've got to be written or scripting. We've got for review, right? I've got approvals if I need it, and then shooting and post-production and published, right? Ready to film. Filmed, so post-production, editing, post-production. Like, Twitch growth strategy video. What to do when you're not growing. You know what this has turned into, guys? I'm going to go on a little bit of a YouTube rant here. The irony of YouTube is that it's a bunch of people telling you how to grow on YouTube, and the only content they make are the videos telling you how to grow on YouTube. Seriously, let's go look at Sam's. I don't need to watch Notion stuff anymore. Let's look at Sam's videos, and this is not a knock on Sam. Sam's doing very well. How to organize your files, improve your streaming camera. Product review. What you learned from your first YouTube videos. If I wanted to grow on Twitch. Growing on Twitch. Like this kind of stuff, tips for designing a professional intro, not how to design a professional intro. The thing that I get my ass on my shoulders about it. If you're gonna make content, so people are searching for how to grow on YouTube, and there are entire channels out there dedicated to how to grow on YouTube, but that's the only content they make that is how to grow on YouTube. It's frustrating because I want to see creative shit, not just this infinite loop of people just starting, digesting this content for people that have only ever made how to grow content. There's a bajillion channels out there about how to grow on YouTube. Should I start making how to grow? Am I? No, because I've only got 1,000 subscribers. So what does he even know? Right? You guys want to do something fun? Let's check this out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go look at what's on the Nick on Tap YouTube channel. Oh, look at that. 23,000. VSC. And yes, I've approached YouTube about merging all of these different channels, subscribers and view counts and videos and everything, and just, nope. Upload the videos to the new place. I don't have them anymore. Well, you can download them from YouTube. Well, I only get a 720p copy of it. You don't give me even the full HD version of it. Well, that's sorry. So there's this whole thing. You know what? YouTube is its own beast, and people are successful. We view people are being successful on YouTube because they're telling other people how to be successful on YouTube. But the only thing that they're doing on YouTube is telling other people how to be successful. And because there's that many people that want to be YouTubers, the videos constantly get view counts and they get subscribers and they get the brand deals, right? That's the frustrating part. It's not making original content. It's why I have so much respect for people like Philly D and Casey Neistat, even Logan to an extent. Like all of this, like just original stuff. Not just fodder for the people that want to be YouTubers, right? Sorry, getting off my rant. I don't want to watch Notion videos anymore. If I wanted something like that, I've got something like that. I spent a lot of time curating this out. By the way, we hit an interesting milestone this week. I have now put out as many videos, well, after the one that comes out next week. Or, sorry, 2 weeks. I will have as much video. I will have put out as many videos in the first 2 months of the year as I did the entire year last year. Pretty proud of that. Very surprised that the predictions video is not doing better, but I think people might have a sour taste in their mouth for prediction videos at this point. But I will say, note to self. And the Elgato... Oh, no, that's the short. I mean, even the Elgato video has done better than the prediction videos, which... Lost Ark. Having a bad day today. Let's see if there's any other good videos. That RTX 3090 video was stupid. You know who hasn't shown up on my feed lately is Jay's.
All right, guys, today we're going to start build log. What's up, guys? Jay's 2 cents here, and if this looks eerily similar to the very last scene of the previous video, it's because it is. We literally chopped it and are starting to...
All right, I've made one of those myself. I don't need to watch that. The most practical PC build. Oh. I do want to see this.
You can't tell by your inboxes, it is obviously launch day for the RTX 3050, a graphics card that when was announced, initially I was kind of excited because it means more affordable options. But if you took a look at the way things were going with AMD's 6500 XT, then obviously we were approaching this one with a little bit of optimism and skepticism at the same time. But we have all the data here. Let's talk about it. NZXT's build is a quick and easy way to get your favorite.
Oh boy, the internet's a mess today. Holy crap. It's completely frozen up. Come on, YouTube.
We're not going to be seeing 3090 Ti in January, which is fine. We shouldn't be
Wow.
seeing it, period. Moving on, the 3050. It's an interesting card in that it's the first time NVIDIA has put RTX on a 50 series graphics card. Now, this is only the second generation of RT, or ray tracing, and we had it on the 2060 and up on the Turing edition of graphics cards, or the 20 series cards. And now on Ampere, we have seen it take a year and a half since they launched it, but now they have RTX on a 50 series card, which makes it interesting when it comes to comparing it because of the fact, if you recall with 20 series cards, they had their RTX lineup and a GTX lineup. And it looks like this time around, they have completely kind of done away with the GTX naming.
Good.
And they've just created an entire stack of
It was confusing as shit.
RT cards, and the entry-level card being this right here, the RTX 3050. Now, the 20 series cards, they started, like I said, 2060 and up, and then we had the 1650, 1650 Super, 1660, 1660 Super, and the 1660 Ti. Those 5 cards before we, that's 5, right? 50, Super, 60, Super, and Ti. Yeah, those 5 cards before we ever even, got to the RTX cards. So when it comes to comparing this one, it's kind of interesting. We'll talk about specs, we'll talk about the comparing methodology, and then whether or not you guys should even buy it after you take a look at our benchmarks. So spec-wise, they're comparing it to a 1650. And this is where I'm gonna start to kind of get a little bit cynical in this video because of the fact that that's a fast one. Because comparing a 1650 to a 3050 is not a fair comparison at all. It's gonna make things look a lot better on paper than they actually are, because like I said, there are 4 cards between the 1650 and the 2060 on 20 series. So now NVIDIA this time around wants to say, oh yeah, well this is a 50 series card, so we're gonna compare it to the 1650 series cards. And no, you can't do that, because realistically, in terms of the tier hierarchy, it would really be more like a 1660 Super / Ti, where it would line up at being just under the 60 series card. So because we have less cards in the product stack this time, it's almost like they're stacking the deck and making it looking better than it actually is by trying to have you believe you should be comparing it to a 1650. But spec-wise, since they're doing that anyway, graphics processing clusters, 2 for both, 2,560 CUDA cores on the 3050 versus 896 on the 1650. So obviously it's a much higher card. Ray tracing aside, DLSS aside, just raw performance compared to a 1650. It's gonna be much better at 1080p gaming, much higher FPS, probably better texture resolution, across the board, higher resolution on your gaming, not higher resolution, but higher settings on your gaming, which means you're gonna get a better gaming experience than a 1650. As it should, it's the latest generation of graphics card and the latest generation of core design. Memory, though, it's got twice as much. It's got 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 versus 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 found on the 1650. Now, Core Clock, the black edition that we have right here from EVGA, the black, which is kind of like their entry-level card, they only kind of go up from there, has a boost clock of 1777 versus a boost clock of 1665 found on the 1650. Clock for clock, generation to generation is not necessarily directly comparable. These are just specs that they're throwing out there to try and give you an A and B comparison. It's going to look way better on paper than it really should be because of the fact that, like I said, they're much farther spread tier of card than they're making it look here. And this is where I get a little upset with NVIDIA and their marketing, and that they're really like selling you snake oil. I find it to be a really dirty practice. Anyway, moving on, 8 gigabytes is obviously better than the 4 gigabytes found in the 1650, and there's a lot of arguments whether or not 4 or 8 is better, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, 8 gigabytes, definally.
There's no argument that 8 is better than 4.
And high-res texture packs and such, 8 gigs should be the minimum this time around. Now, when we talk about our testing methodology here, I already explained to you the product stack differences. You cannot compare a 1650 to a 3050.
Nathan, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel.
Simply because of the price alone. The 1650 had an debut MSRP price, which was available at the time because we didn't have nearly as much crap going on then as we do today, of $160. They would have you believe that we, as third-party independent reviewers, should compare generation to generation a $160 graphics card versus a $250 graphics card. And to that, I say that is completely bullshit. That is not the way we do this. We compare price point to price point. You can call it whatever you want, and you can manipulate the potential buyer and consumer by having you believe, naming and number-wise, the way something compares to each other. But at the end of the day, the only comparison that should make things an equal playing ground is price. The second half about that price discussion that sucks is obviously the only people that are going to get this for $249 MSRP are going to be the very first people that are able to buy it, and then obviously from there there's going to be marking up and scalping, and that's if the retailers themselves don't take advantage of marking it up and scalping. So with that, I decided to run a couple of tests and see where it was initially comparing and landing closest to score-wise, and that actually ended up being a 1660. Not a Super, not a TI, not a 50, not a 50 Super, but a 1660. The MSRP of both are within a couple of dollars of each other, and performance was there as well. So we compared it to a 1660, and here's how it looks.
Nathan, you should get in our Orbital Jigsaw Discord if you're not already. Oh, that was the video. I was like, what's that clicking? Is my fan flipping out? Hang on. I need to look at these again. So a 3050 versus a 1660. Okay, that's probably because it's got double the memory. Again, same thing. Excuse me. I just don't understand why this is even a conversation right now. Like, the people that are looking at 3050s are most likely buying pre-builts, or they probably shouldn't be buying a graphics card in the first place, or they just need something so basic that I don't know. It's hard to categorize who the buyer of a 3050 is. Because it was hard to categorize who the buyer of a 1660 was. It was usually people that were operating on tight budgets, that didn't really need like 4K or high frame rates, or, you know, they weren't running Crysis. So I'm looking at the 3050 the same way. He's going on about price. To me, that's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant, but it's the point of this is that they're making an entry-level card for people to play Minecraft and stuff on, right? This is not for you to play Doom Eternal in 4K with all RTX on. Like, it probably runs it okay. Well, it probably runs it okay in 1080. Probably not in 4K. But I'm looking at this going, I personally would never buy a 3050. You're probably not going to get me below the 80 series of cards. That's a lie. That's not true. In this rig right now is a 2070 Super. And it's a fantastic card. It's probably one of the best cards I've ever owned. For the value, I think I got it for $350. So, amazing, right? Before all the scalping shit started with the 3000 series cards. I actually got my 3090 that's over here in Mega PC that will turn on one day at $14.99 retail price, because I waited in line at Best Buy religiously for like 3 months. From September to, I got it right around Black Friday, the week after Thanksgiving 2020. God, it's been 18 months. Almost. No. 14, 15 months. Still. Whew. I just don't know who the buyer of a 3050 is. That's really what this comes down on. That's what I'm really trying to wrap my head around. And it's going to be the budget buyers, or I can see pre-built shops using these cards. I mean, the graphs look pretty identical. I don't know that we need to see any more of these. Like, it doesn't... It's just... It's going to be the same percentage higher. I think because it's got double the memory.
To the more... So when you compare the 3050 to the more closely price-matched 1660, you can see it's still a benefit. It's just one of those things where I'm disappointed in NVIDIA trying to say that this card, 50 series RTX card, first of its kind, should be compared to a 50 series GTX rollover stopgap card during the first generation RTX cards being out, with 4 cards in between it in terms of actual, tier lineup, is disingenuous. And the reality is the gap looks much bigger by doing that, which makes the 3050 seem like that much better of a card. I feel like that's unnecessary to pull that kind of marketing trickery when it's already outperforming it as it should. It's a later gen architecture. It's got more CUDA cores.
That's the point.
It's got plenty of memory. I mean, everything about this card is actually decent. It's what a lot of us had hoped the AMD card was going to be and ended up not being. That's because the AMD 6500 XT was just basically a rebranded laptop type GPU just stuck onto a card, essentially, that was never really intended. And I think it was one of those like, well, let's just release garbage. People will buy it anyway. Well, I guess they were right, because everyone did buy it and they were being scalped. This card is actually decent. You get the effects that you would expect. If you're running 1080p and you don't run super high-end settings and you turn on ray tracing, it's playable.
If you're using this card as a streamer, and you don't want to play you don't have a 2 PC setup, and you're encoding your stream and gaming on the same rig, this is a great card, because you can play 1080p games just fine, right? I think that's the point that's trying to be. But who has built a big gaming PC these days and doesn't want to play in max settings? Like, why'd you go drop $3,000 on a gaming PC if you're not going to play at max settings? So that's my hang up with these smaller cards, is that people get them, think they got a deal, and then have this kind of misguided expectation that it's going to run as well as a 3080 or 3090 because it's a NVIDIA RTX card. No, it's not how it works. You don't get the benefits of a $1,500 card in a $250 card. Sorry. You've got 8 gigs, I've got 24. So it astounds me how the market goes, and they're trying, what he's on about, and I agree with him, is the misleading marketing that's going on, trying to get people to buy this as an alternative to a 3060, 3080, or 3090. Or 3070. How many we got? Every 10 we've got one. So we've got a 50, a 60, a 70, an 80, and a 90. And then we've got TI models in there too. It's a mess. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's not exactly the smoothest experience. I still
What's up,
personally
Vinny?
would not recommend.
Good to see you, man.
Recommend an entry-level ray tracing card for the purposes of ray tracing. It is a nice-to-have feature and eye candy if one, a game can implement it efficiently enough without it completely tanking your performance, and two, you just maybe are wanting screenshots or whatever of a pretty ray tracing screenshot, so you can turn it on, take an amazing screenshot, whether it be an open world, where you have nice ambient occlusion and you've got ray traced lighting and shadows and reflections, then it will look amazing. Turn it off after your screenshot, go back to playing with normal rasterization. The other thing is you do get DLSS with this, which DLSS and DLDSS has just shown that is an amazing future we have to look forward to, just continuing to get better and better.
DLSS 2 is amazing.
Upscaling, or dynamic upscaling, as well as having just playable frame rates with difficult games without having to spend a fortune, theoretically, if you can get an MSRP, on a graphics card. I mean,
let's do a fun experiment right now. Let's check this out. You can get a 6600. I mean, you still can't find anything. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Stock available. eBay. Already getting juiced. $450. It's a $260, $259. Wait, what was the shit? I browsed off my Best Buy page. Hang on. Let's compare apples to apples here. I think it was $259. Oh, wait, what? Why does that Gigabyte have 3 coolers on it? 3, 4. So the retailers are marking them up already. Oh, that's the 3060. So it looks like there's no... Hang on. 20 series. I didn't say 20 series. Graphics cards, 30 series. Okay, shop all. 30 series laptops, 90, 50. See all buying options. $249. Here you go, guys. This is what's going on right now. Is Jay trying to earn extra credit for big fancy words? No. I respect Jay and his analysis. But look at this. All of these cards, $249 across the board, right? Then there's the overclock one, $329. Gigabyte's got an overclock one, $350. Fine. But the base is $250. All that Best Buy has even listed on their site are the overclocked ones at $350. They don't even have the baseline ones. So if I wanted, and it doesn't look like there's a 3050 Founders either, which is interesting. So I guess they didn't want to make the stock cooler for it. So let's look at, I like EVGA, check availability. Out of stock. At least Newegg is honoring the price. But if you look at now in stock, Amazon, Best Buy. These are the overclock ones. The PNYs, Amazon. It's all Amazon. But if you look over here at eBay, where was eBay? $250 is the base price. That's the overclock one, so that's not marked up terribly bad, but still, screw you. Okay, that's marked up $105. That's marked up 100. I like. Who was it? I saw some guy on TikTok the other day who was going into Micro Center and he was walking down the aisle showing that the cases were full. I want, I think, Tustin. Video cards. Is there a in stock? Reserve now. 60. These are all, so I just want to see the NVIDIA ones for right now. Locate, locate, locate. Unavailable. Locate. Damn. A 1660 Super, guys. $460. 25 plus in stock in the store. There's no stock issues. They're just being greedy. Let's go look. 16. Which model was that? 16 Super. $239 MSRP. Look it. That used to be valid, Vinny, but if you look now at it, let me just search for my card that I have now from 2017. 2019. I don't know that I can even get one. Let's go back to NVIDIA's site. We'll look at the 2070 Super. Not even listed? Holy smokes. $745. And it's used. Used. Brand new, this thing was $399? $400? Yeah, I mean, I'm streaming right now and using NVINC, and I'm doing 18%. With how many Chrome tabs, all this stuff. I got the 5th monitor going up here, like all this. And even if I fire up, let's see what this does. Hang on one second. Library. Doom Eternal. Which is currently on max settings, by the way. Which I love the soundtrack to this game. I'd rather listen to this than, hopefully I don't get DMCA'd for it. Ooh, HDR, huh? Now. Oh. I was hoping I could keep the... Actually, let me keep the task manager off to the side so I can watch that. And we'll stay in Doom Eternal on the screen. So I have max settings. There it goes, 96, 100%. I'll let this run for a minute. Oh, see, it's making the stream all jittery too. Yeah, see, this is how you beat the shit out of a 2070 Super. Is streaming Doom Eternal at max settings. Yeah, it's just pegged right now. This music, though, this is next level. Good Lord. Even Bethesda.net, you can't connect to it today. Oh, snap. All right, we got to get out of this. Accept. Woo. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I wish you guys could see how pretty this is on my screen. But it is literally pegged at 100% right now. This is how you beat... This and crypto mining is how you beat the shit out of a 2070 Super. I wish there was a way I could bring that on screen. Actually, I bet I can if I go to... let's see. I'll have to use shortcut keys here. So, video... Oh, I gotta do it slow. Oh, come here. Let's do 1440. Apply changes. Oh, did that give it some reprieve? Little bit. Ah! Oh, my monitor's pissed now. You're not operating in a native resolution. I know. So, no, that's what I wanted to do. Windowed. And then F. There we go. Let it settle. So, there you go. Now you can see it, I'm killing it. And this is just me encoding a stream. I mean, it looks like I'm crypto mining right now is what it looks like. That's what... Crypto mining just sits there at 99, 100%. 24 hours a day. I can hear her spinning up over there, too. Like, if we... Yeah. But it's only 62 Celsius. Like, if that gets up into the 70 to 75 range, that's where you're really taxing it. So the point here is... And I'm just going to let the music play because I love it. I'm playing a game, right? It's the game sounds. As long as you can keep it cool, there is absolutely nothing wrong with running your GPU like that. Absolutely nothing. Even the CPUs, see it up there? Sitting at 40, 45%. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. Your argument is that most people are not streaming and running Doom Eternal on max settings. Usual is smaller screens, not 4 or 5K, and not streaming at the same time. I agree with that. I agree with that. But the problem with the 3050 cards is that they only support 1080p. So you're never even going to have the opportunity. Even though you've got 8 gigs of video RAM in that thing, and you've got touring, and you've got DLSS, and you've got all the things that make the RTX 3030 series what they are. I'm sorry, I said Turing. I meant Ampere. You've got all that. You've got the NVINC and all that kind of stuff, right? I might be the exception, but more recently, over the course of the last year or two, I'm at a pretty basic PC. This is like a 3900X AMD. It's a 2070 Super. 64 gigs of RAM, which is a little high, but I mean, I use 22 of it. You can see it right there. So I don't have some big, massive PC that I'm currently using right now. But it gets me all the things I need to do. And it uses the GPU efficiently. Now, if I started actually playing the game, you would see that temperature of 64 degrees skyrocket up to 73 to 75 degrees Celsius. It is. Here's a fun story for you about Doom while I'm here, and then I'll close this thing so the stream stops being choppy. Actually, let me just close this. God, this music is so good. Okay. Okay. Back to normal. When I first got Doom Eternal and was playing it, I was doing it on stream. By the way, is Lost Ark up yet? Nope. Oh, it's not even available now. We've gone from the player date availability to just not available. When I first got Doom Eternal, I was streaming it, so I had to crank all the settings back down. Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've been revisiting it. I loaded it back up, and I just realized, like, man, this looks kind of crap. Like, why am I so... And I went into the settings, and I remembered, oh, that's right, I had to dial everything down. I went and set everything to max settings. It's a completely different game. It's probably one of my favorite games of the last decade. Doom and Doom Eternal. Just holy crap. Like, so it's on my list. I know we got Lost Ark and we got Elden Ring coming. Like, I want to go back through Doom and Doom Eternal with this rig and maybe even Mega PC if I can get that done in the next couple of weeks. We're really close, guys. We've got to do a bunch of cable management and wiring and stuff in the back, and we've got to change one tube run, and that thing's going to run, right? I've got the distilled water downstairs. I've got my pressure tester. We're going to work on that. I got to get past Cloud Field Day next week. Right? And then Mega PC. Can you guys see it if I turn it over there? Kind of. Hang on. Where is my demo capture? No. Where is my... What? No, you can't. Sorry. There's a throwback old screen. So we're really close on Mega PC. That's top of mind for me. That and getting... I'm going to shoot a video with the Plex server. That's why it hasn't gone in the rack yet. We've still got to change out all the fans. We've got to change out the cooler, the CPU cooler. So, yeah, we got some build stuff coming in probably next month, probably in March. Going to be pretty big videos for me going into the spring, which should be good. Like, I was looking at the YouTube data this morning, and I got to say, guys, I'm not overly enthused about the numbers that I'm seeing. With over 1,000 subscribers, I should be seeing more than 100 views. And that's a little concerning, especially if you go look at the analytics. And you look at, I think it's in audience. Yeah, this one right here, 70% not subscribed. So I don't know. I haven't really figured out what's going on yet. I want to understand why, like, a lot of my videos, like the Azure Net Files ones, those 600, 300, 200 for the Vegas tour, 100 for the Elgato stuff, which, surprising, I figured that would hit the searches a lot more. And then the predictions, 76. And that went out on Wednesday. It's a steady little climb, but good retention on that one, by the way. I mean, 30% of people made it all the way to the end. Like, I'm over the moon about that, but at the end of the day, it only got 75 views. So 30 people seen the whole video. I worked really hard on that video, and that's one of those kind of pride moments where you just have to suck it up and go, well, shit, all right, fine. Maybe people don't want to see a predictions video. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe maybe the thumbnail and the title aren't clickable. I don't know. One of the things I wanted to start doing was trying to come up with a bit of an aesthetic brand or whatever you want to call it that aligns with the channel graphics, and start incorporating all of that into my thumbnails and go back and revisit all of my thumbnails from last year and my current videos so far, and just take a week and redo all of my thumbnails, see if it makes a difference, see if the traffic comes in somewhere. Because I can't be mad at this. This is crazy good. I'm having a blast with these kinds of numbers, right? There's a little spike from yesterday because I sent out a big newsletter or email blast with a bunch of links. Like, here's what I've been working on the last month, and it's picked up some viewership. But if you look at the hilarious thing about this to me, look at the number 2 video. That came out in May of last year. It's still, in the last 28 days, my second most popular video. And, ironically, it was one of the longest videos. It was 15 minutes long. Right? So, yeah, you get this. The average person watches 5 minutes, which means they don't get shit out of it, by the way. They didn't hear anything about A&F. They didn't hear anything about CVS. They didn't hear anything about Spot. But I mean, if you look, there's people watching it all day, every day. I can't explain it. The thumbnail looks really freaking cool. It's probably my favorite thumbnail that I've done. And that's got to be it. It would also explain the fact that people are only hanging around for the first 5 minutes. At least they're giving it 5 minutes. I'll say that. So I don't know. There's a lot that we're going to discover this year with me doing a video per week. We're going to dig into some of this stuff, and I'm going on this journey specifically to crack the code here. Like, I want to understand what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and try to help other people that want to do this. I have folks from APAC, from Korea specifically, that are reaching out wanting to do this in their local regions. Fantastic. Yes, I want to help. There are people in Australia that want to do this kind of stuff. Yes, fantastic. I want to help. The problem is that you can only help so much. This is one of those lead a horse to water kind of things. I'm not going to shove your head down in it. You kind of have to go through the motions of learning the cameras, learning the lighting, developing your own style, right? You can't just be an engineer with an on-screen demo or a PowerPoint slide. So yeah. You want to know what happens when I revisit them? I'm not revisiting prior videos. I'm just going to update. I might update the thumbnails and titles and tags and hashtags and stuff like that. Let's look at the new NetApp video. Let's look at why that's hanging around. It's a simple short title. There's nothing really fantastic about it other than it's got chapters. But it's got hashtags down here. The minor tweaks is what you're referring to? Okay. Look at that. Look at the tags. So it's the number 14 video when people search for NetApp. It's the number 9 video when people search for NetApp Cloud. It's the number 5 people when people search for me. It's hitting all of them. NetApp ONTAP, Microsoft Azure, NetApp Trident, Spot Wave, Spot Eco. It's hitting all of them. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's about the tagging. Because if I go look at... Let's look at another video like the FSX video from last year. There it is. It's the number 2 video. So, okay. Oh, God. Come on, guys. What was the tag? FSX for ONTAP. Number 2. This was launched on AWS's YouTube channel on the same day as mine. And the irony of this is that this one should be blowing mine out of the water with the machine of AWS behind it. But one of the good things about TubeBuddy is that I can see what they did or what tags they used. Ah. And now if we go look at mine, as an architect, God, I miss Nate. $100% SEO score. Tag and title in the description. Tag in the title. Tag in the description. Total tag, characters, title words, and description. There you go. Interesting that there's no... Did I not put hashtags on that one? I didn't, did I? So let's do NetApp, AWS. No. AWS. So you can... Here's the thing with hashtags at the bottom of your description. Only the first 3 will display above the title of the video, but you can put up to 10 without... They like to see 5 to 10. So AWS, so you got to focus on the ones you want to display. So I just start typing out certain tags. Is that O or O? Yeah, on tap. And then, so those are the ones that will display. But then I'll come over here and go FSX, AWS Cloud, NetApp Cloud. Let's see, what else are we going to work on? And we'll throw cloud storage in there. So what this does is this helps with the metadata indexing in the algorithm. So this will help it's kind of in a way categorizing your content. So now if we go back to it, give it a little refreshy fresh, you'll see them above the title there. Right? So it only shows the first 3. But pretty cool stuff. It's another way to kind of let people know what you're going to talk about as well. It certainly has its benefits for the algorithm, yes. But it's kind of a single look indicator of what you're going to be talking about to a viewer, right? And of course, being a 5-minute video, it's kind of a no-brainer. Oh, okay, it's going to be a 5-minute intro to Amazon FSX for NetApp ONTAP. Sweet, I'll watch it. So that's what I want to do. Get past Field Day, get Mega PC built, get Plex in the rack. There's some more storage gear coming. You might be wondering why we haven't done anything with that stuff yet. Just wait. Just wait. We found some stuff. So after I get past, probably towards the end of March, about a month from now or so, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to make it a point that at the end of the week, once I'm done with my video, prepping my video to send it off to the editor, Thursdays and Fridays, and maybe even on stream, we'll make this a thing on Friday streams. We'll just work through all of these, right? We'll go through all of the different ones. We'll get into Affinity Photo. We'll modify it. I've still got all the original, I think, all the original like template files or project files in Affinity Photo for all the thumbnails. It's another part of this is that I need to go through and like digitally clean up. I've got footage for the editors and finished videos in Google Drive, and I've got raw footage that's all over SD cards, and I got some stuff on the Synology. There is stuff everywhere, and I really, really need to get organized. I've been thinking that it might be a really good reason to plug in the other Synology that I've got to make it purely an archive box. It's got about 10 terabytes of usable capacity on it. It's 8 2-terabyte Red Pros. So it's got about 10 terabytes of usable. I think I could take that off of NAS 10G, which is my big boy, right? The 60 terabyte thing. I think I could take a lot of this stuff that wasn't like the high-speed media and things like that and put it into the archive Synology. That's kind of my tentative plan right now. I need to make that a content creation archive. And that's my plan right now. Because shit's just spread out all over the place. And I need to get organized, or I'm going to lose track of this shit, and I'm going to come up and find that, shit, I've lost something. I've got stuff I've created for NetApp, stuff that's gone to NetApp TV, stuff that's gone to YouTube, stuff on the NetApp YouTube channel, and it's all in different folders. Some's in Google Drive, some's on my own storage, some's in OneDrive for work. There's stuff everywhere. And I've really got to get organized, and I think that might be my new iPhone. So hang tight, guys. Somebody's at the door. I got to go sign for it if it is. Yep, be right back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh. You guys that are here for a pretty special milestone moment. I shared it in the Discord the other day, Wednesday. This is my iPhone 8 Plus that I bought in October of 2017. Not quite 5 years, but 5 years. I've made this thing work. And to be fair, it works great today. It's still very much a very useful phone. It's had an OtterBox on it for 5 years that's starting to fall apart a little bit on each of the sides, but for the most, it's not a crack, not a ding, nothing wrong with it. The lightning port's still in solid shape. If you watched my predictions video, I recorded that with this. But if you look really close, even though it is in 4K, yes, I recorded this with 4K with this and this little microphone. That's all you need. Everybody's already got one of these. $65 for one of these. Plugs right in the lightning port. There's no configuration necessary. You can even put headphones in the back and monitor it. Yeah, 8 Plus, Vinny. 8 Plus. However, if we look at the footage, a couple of weeks ago, I posted my look back at 2021 with some of the bigger achievements that we saw take place last year. So if you look real close, you can see the graininess. This is in 4K. That's not supposed to be there. The thing that made me finally pull the trigger and upgrade the phone was one, Esther has an 11 Pro Max, and when I tried to use the microphone with it to test it out, her port was so wiggly, because she leaves the damn thing plugged in all the time, and it bumps up against it, and it's wiggled loose. It came out really scratchy audio. So I couldn't use it. Or I could use it, but the audio would have to be recorded separately. When I tried to do that, it just didn't look that great. So the thing that pushed me over the edge was the low light stuff. And there were a couple of other things I want to talk about. Oh, that's a beast. Somehow the phones have gotten bigger, but the boxes have gotten smaller. Not sure how that works. So I started looking, Let's make sure it's the right size. Yep. I started looking and comparing. And I knew that I wanted a 13 Pro. I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted a Pro Max or not. I knew I wanted the cameras that come with the Pro. Cinematic mode, high frame rate, 4K 60. Like, I knew I wanted that. But I thought about it more and more. And in looking at it, it's literally exactly the same size as the 8 Plus. I was like, all right. I don't know that I would like a smaller form factor than that. I thought they were bigger. They're not. The screen might be bigger. And then I started thinking, well, I'm going to be using this for a camera, which means I'm probably at any given time going to have several different shoots on it from videos. Wow, that's sexy. So I'm going to need some more storage. How much am I currently consuming? Okay, my 8 Plus was the... I think was it the 256? I think it was the 256 gig. Where is it? Is it under general? Storage. Storage. Yeah, I have the 256 gig 8 Plus, and I'm currently using 120 gigs. So I thought to myself, okay, I can, I'll just double up what I've got now. I'll do the 512. And then I noticed that one was $13.99, and the 1 terabyte, double that, was only $200 more. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to do the installment thing through Apple Card. What am I looking at there? $6 a month for an additional 512 gigabytes. You tell me. It's about as no-brainer as it gets. Yes, this mic is the Rode Video Mic L, I think is what it is, for Lightning port. The L stands for Lightning port. There she is. You guys want some? That is a beefy device. Does it have any? Oh. This is also my first Face ID phone. You guys have been using it for a long time. I've had Touch ID. Let's boot it up. See what happens. I also need to make sure I've got that my backup ran recently. General, let's go. Backup. I think that's under iCloud settings. iCloud backup on. Last successful backup was yesterday at 5:24. Let's go ahead and back it up now. Give it some power. That's sexy. Bonjour. All right. English. United States. Bring your current iPhone near this phone to sign in and set up. Continue. Check this out. Can you see that? And it's wanting to scan it. That's pretty dope. Enter passcode of the other phone. No shit. If that's not the easiest transfer ever, I don't know what is. I got it, yep. And I just did the whole thing where you scan with the camera, the crazy QR cloud, whatever you call it. Join. It may take a few minutes to activate your iPhone. Okay. So, does it automatically Face ID? Okay. iPhone can recognize the unique three-dimensional features of your face. First position. Okay. Hang on. I might have to take my headphones off for this. Get started. First scan complete. Second scan complete. Face ID is now set up. You can directly transfer your data during setup or finish download it. Download from iCloud, transfer from phone. Transfer directly so this phone will be ready. Transfer time. Transfer from iPhone. Agree. Make this your new iPhone. Continue. Continue. Agree. And I also got to say, like, it came all but fully charged. Like, if I sit it, does it still charge? Yep. On my desk charger. Still works. Beautiful. I love the squared side. It doesn't make it as slippery. It gives you something to hang on to. That's pretty cool. We'll let it charge while it's downloading. For some reason, it's got to do an iOS update. I figured all of that would be done. Yeah. Sweet. This is the first time I've had a new phone since 2017, guys. I'm a little shaky. Here's the other thing we discovered, and this was kind of an epiphany that came to me, oddly enough. When we were looking at options for both Esther and myself. I had the 8 Plus. She had the 11 Pro Max from a couple years ago, right? And for the longest time, I've always been pay off the phone, keep it as long, have the same phone until you need a new one. Because I had the old mentality of when new iOS versions were released, it would slow down the phone, right? So when they got called out for that shit in 2018, and they had to undo that throttling shit they were doing, 8 Plus it's been cranking, been working fine. Doing everything I needed to do and then some. Like, who knew I'd be able to shoot 120 frames per second with an 8 Plus? How do you think I got all that footage of the A250 and the A900? It was shot with an iPhone 8 Plus. So, the thing that finally did it for me, that made me pull the trigger, was what we're looking at on screen, the grainy footage. Right? The graininess of the low light footage. Because this was shot in 4K 24, I think, on the iPhone 8 Plus. And all I've heard people rave about with the 13 Pro Max is the low light camera. Plus you get the cinema mode, plus you get all the other stuff, right? Higher frames, 4K 60, 1080p 240, like all kinds of good stuff. So I've been one of the other reasons I got this is because it was cheaper than an $8,000 Sony FX3 to be able to shoot widescreen stuff, right? So I got this also to use as a video camera for videos. So it's going to be, I'm absolutely, I'm going to shoot a video this afternoon, Vinny. That's why I was so excited for this to come. I was scared it wasn't going to come until later tonight, but now I can shoot my video this afternoon for the next couple of weeks. And we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it does. Update requested. Why is it only requested? Download. Can I just wait on the software update? Ugh, come on, guys. Something's been going on here at my internet too, by the way, about downloading from outside sites. Like something has been going on. I cannot wait to get rid of this cable internet. It is so bad. Please learn from my experience. Never move without access to fiber internet. Seriously, it's a mistake I've made. I mistook somebody that lived 8 minutes away from me having fiber as a guarantee that I would have it. And I was wrong. And I'm paying the price. It is miserable. Absolutely miserable. It has affected Plex. It has affected my ability to stream consistently. I'm surprised the service hasn't dropped yet. Knock on wood. But it drops at least twice, if not 3 times a day. The modem just resets for no reason. So a tech is going to come out next week. They're going to test the lines and all this blah, 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 blah. And we'll see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, don't make the same mistake I did. If you're house shopping in the next year or two, make sure you can get fiber. Cable's on its way out. It's absolutely miserable. And I'm paying more than twice as much for half of the capability and service with Cox Cable because they know they've got a monopoly here. And the shitty part about it is a lot of that goes back to the HOAs as kickbacks and the builders as royalties and kickbacks because they signed an exclusive, come to find out, when they built this neighborhood. Oh, I've learned a lot in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. But the good news is I hung out yesterday with the lead engineer that handles all of the scoping and construction for CenturyLink, or their new fiber division called Quantum Fiber that's under Lumen. So if you think of Lumen as kind of the overarching umbrella of everything, underneath that you've got CenturyLink and then you've got Quantum Fiber. They're looking at doing an overbuild in the neighborhood, hopefully at some point this year. All we have to do is get HOA approval on it. And what they're going to do is kind of a bulk order where they just build it into the HOA fees. So everybody's HOA fees would go up $25 a month. But in that, you would get a baseline 200 meg up and 200 meg symmetrical fiber connection to your house included as part of your HOA fees, right? And then I could call CenturyLink and be like, I want gig up and down, and I would pay like the upcharge. That's what we're working on. And by upcharge, I mean like it would maybe be $65 a month. I'm my Cox cable bill right. You know what? I'm gonna scare you guys. I don't remember what my login is. Can I see it from there? View my bill. Oh, Jesus. Can't remember what this is. Nope. I don't think I've added this one to 1Password yet. Nope. There we go. Keep this phone while your information is transferred. Okay. This hurts. This hurts every time I look at it. Slow. What's up, Wences? Happy Friday, man. I don't have cable TV. I don't have telephone lines. I have 940 meg down and 35 megabit per second up. That's my monthly bill. So you're telling me that I can get gig up and down symmetrical for $65 a month? You damn right I'm gonna do it. Cox. Spectrum, Cox, all of them. Just crooks. Absolute crooks. And there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. I literally looked at every other option. LVNet using antennas. It's disgusting. It's a monopoly. It needs to be banned and prohibited. It's absolutely awful. And I'm so mad that, like, I'm not mad at the house we got, but I have to tell you, if I had known it was going to be that much and that I did not have access to future fiber, I don't know if I would have bought this house. Quantum Fiber, which is a division of CenturyLink, Wences. Oh, and the 65 is total. 30 of that would be bundled into my HOA fees. The other 35 would be the upcharge to get from 200 meg to gigabit. Yeah, this is absolutely absurd. But hey, no state income taxes, right? $1,500 at the DMV to register 2 Nissans. But hey, no state taxes, right? Everybody wants to talk about the no state taxes thing in Vegas. It ain't that easy. I am not moving to Texas. Actually, you know what? I take that back. The stretch between San Antonio and El Paso, where there's literally nothing, I could see myself just going and buying a 100-acre, 1,500-acre ranch one day and just walling myself in. I have to say, driving through there was magical. It was just completely empty. You saw horses, just like ranch country. Or I might do what Joe Onisick did and go up to Wyoming and Montana and buy a 150-acre ranch that somebody wants out from under. And yeah. What is this phone doing? Install now. So before it's even... You have 25,000 acres, Wences? Jesus Christ. I'm introverted enough where I would be completely okay just walled off on my own ranch. Like Joe and I talked and he beat me to it because he sold his over bloated Bay Area house for several $1 million. I couldn't do that. Anyway. Yeah, that's Cox. Cox sucks. Spectrum sucks. They all suck. All the cable companies suck. They just suck. They're dated. They're not going to be able to keep up. They already can't keep up. I can't keep my modem online for more than a day. Well, I thought I was going to get to play with this phone, but it's having to do updates and shit. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Is Lost Ark up yet? Nope. Maybe I just need to reset. The hell is it? There we go. Oh, God. You know what I'm curious about now? How does AoE 2 play? AoE 2 is probably one of my all-time favorite video games. And it's because it's somewhat mindless. It requires a little bit of mechanics, but I love going in and playing against the AI, and just it's something that I can have going in the background. You can escape out and pause it. You can save the game. I love doing the skirmishes. Oh, I think I had one. Oh, we'll start a new one. Do the biggest maps you possibly can. 8 players, just AI, let them go. And jump in here, right? I'm kind of curious to see how this does streaming at the same time. Looks pretty good. Where did I end up on the map? Oh, all the way back here. Cool. Yep. Just thought of a question that may be worth posting. Yeah, what's up, Vinny? I've got 2 hours, Drew. Oh, God. Okay. Well, I mean, I've got lab stuff to build once we're done here, but yeah. What's your question, Vinny? So, for those of you that don't know Age of Empires, it's fantastic. It's from, like, the early 2000s. The original AoE was, I think, 2000, 99 or 2000. AoE 2 is where they hit the home run. They've had AoE 3, and I just didn't like it. They changed the whole aesthetic and feel of the game, and I'm just not a fan. What else do we need? Lumber camp. Probably need it right. Yeah. and AoE 4 just came out, and it looks more like AoE 3, but they tried to dial down some of the gameplay changes to make it more like AoE 2, but it still just doesn't hit home with me. This is one of the best designed real-time strategy games of all time. It's so good. This and StarCraft, in my opinion. You've got Warhammer 40K. What am I missing? Command and Conquer. Those are all my favorite games. Let's see. Say my office gear is all on the same circuit. PC audio gear monitors included in that is a mini fridge. Every time the compressor kicks on, I hear a pop in the headphones. Yeah. I would check to make sure it's grounded. Maybe retwist up the ground. That's usually a grounding loop issue. No, on the road, well, first of all, I would pull the outlet out of whatever the fridge is plugged into, and make sure that it's grounded tight. So take your cover plate off the wall. I mean, kill your breaker, obviously. You don't have to if you know what you're doing. But pull the outlet out and just give it a good crank with a Phillips head on the outlet. Which mic am I using? This is the Shure SM7B. And it's going through a Go XLR. The full-size one that's got some compression and all kinds of good stuff on it. And thank you. Where are... Oh, she's up there. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh. And funny enough, this is not the mic I would recommend for everybody to go out and buy, because you're going to end up spending about $1,500 to get it just to this point. There's better options. So just food for thought. I always put that disclaimer out there. This is not my #1 recommended mic for everybody to use. It really depends on budget. But people think just the price of the mic is all this. So $399 or $499 for the microphone. That's not. You're going to need a cloud lifter. That's going to cost you another $100 to $200. You're going to need some kind of audio interface to run it through. That'll run you anywhere from $150 to $1,000, depending on what you want to get, what you want to do with your gear. So there's a lot to think about. It's more than just the mic. The mic is actually the least effort thing to do. You just plug the mic in, but doing having the software plugins, having all the audio interfaces, and all that stuff is where the rubber really meets the road when it comes to audio. Fortunately, I've gone through all those mistakes. Do I still have that? Oh, come on. Kit? Does that still work? For a decent USB mic, absolutely. Well, there's one that just came out called the Beacon, B-E-A-C-N, and then there's the Elgato Wave 1 and Wave 3. Stay away from anything Yeti or Blue. No Blue Yetis. You don't want anything to do with those. Yeah, no worries. Anytime. I've got some links there. I've got kits put together and stuff like that, kind of organized by your budget and your size. If you want to check that out, it's got all the stuff in there. If you're looking for a USB mic specifically, which unless you have an audio interface, that's definitely the best way to go. But if you have an audio interface, I can get you into a really solid mic that's used in every live venue around the world called an SM58, which is $99, I think. I think I've got 4 of them here in the house now, just from various podcasting ventures and stuff. Yeah, food. What's the highest watcher count you've seen for one of these streams? We've had it up to like 10 to 15 in the past, when I was doing some of the big builds and things like that last year. But this is more for me to come and hang out with you guys for a couple hours a week, than anything. And it's whether we're playing a game or whether we're watching videos or whether we're just answering questions that you guys might have about gear or anything going on in NetApp. I'm always happy to field those, right? That's really what this, think of it like 2 hours of office hours in a way. I would love to get to a point where I've got the videos so stacked up and sandbagged that I can stream 3 days a week again. But we're at a point now where I really have to focus most of my week on videos at this point. So I'm a little bit behind. That, and we'll do that, and we'll do that. Good. You like the small group nature? I do too. I certainly wish there were more people that would come and join the streams, especially from the OJ Discord. I feel like there's a lot of people in there that would love to come hang out. I'd love to see them more. But I get it. Work is work. Where's Richard been lately, by the way? Am I using a stream deck? Yep. Absolutely. Not as much as I should be, though. I definitely... Oh, let's have him do gold. I love the stream deck, but I used to use it very heavily for my big wrestling show that I had that we would do multiple times a week. The only thing I use it for now is to turn the key lights on and off at this point. So hopefully, get this monastery going quick enough to where I can go get some relics. There's one right there. Thankfully, right around the corner from me. You haven't chatted with Kenny this week due to the... oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Build more houses, huh? Okay. Oh, you keep chopping wood. I'll steal one of these guys. Yeah, it's one of those things that I should be doing more with the Stream Deck. I think about it constantly, but it's a matter of free time, right? Some of the things like kicking off processes, like can I rebuild my entire lab with one push of a Stream Deck button? Tear everything down, build it all back up. That's the kind of shit that I think about. For video and presentations, I can tell you that learn more about OBS rather than a Stream Deck. Get OBS, not Streamlabs OBS, just the open source OBS, and learn how to manipulate that, because then you can take anything that's on your screen and share it and embed your camera just like I'm doing right now. So imagine having what you guys are looking at right now, but instead of AoE 2 in the background, there's a PowerPoint slideshow or a demonstration environment or anything like that. And then without streaming, OBS isn't just for streaming, it's also for recording. So there's a button right below start streaming that says start recording. So I can record in whatever resolution I want on-screen capture like this of me going through a demo or giving a PowerPoint presentation. It's how I've done a lot of my virtual kind of keynote presentation styles over the course of the last 2 years when they're remote and they need to be recorded. AWS's SKO is getting ready to come up, and I did something similar by pre-recording myself standing against a wall, and then I put it all in OBS and just recorded the slides as I was talking about them. So OBS as a tool and it's free. It's open source and it's free, and there's a whole Discord community that you can join if you have questions for support, all that stuff. So spend the time with OBS. Stream Deck is just a way it's a shortcuts thing. I don't get that much value out of Stream Deck near as much as I do with OBS. Are there any relics left? Is that one there? Yep, there's one there. Wonder if we can get over there in time. We'll try it. Yep, there's one out there. Actually, come back here, buddy. Give me one of these dudes. Build me a DAC, because it'll be quicker.
Wood, please. Attack an enemy now.
You have OBS installed, but have not completed the setup for my use cases? Yeah. You've never played this game? It is so good, man. It is so good. I play it every day. I have some kind... Just literally, I go for mindless background noise. I literally come in here and I will play... I've had games last 7 or 8 hours when they're really competitive, and I've had games that go really quick and they're done in an hour. And you can save it. You can save your progress. Like I've got a whole bunch of saves in there, right? It's just however you want to go about it. Age of Empires 2 is what you're looking for. It's like $9 on Steam. Don't buy the whole pack. Don't buy the first one. Don't buy the third and fourth one. Don't waste your money. The second one is all you need. I hope I can get through there. Wait, where's he going? What the hell is going on? Oh, I didn't even send my... Oh, wait, dude's already up there? Holy shit, he made it all the way up there. I was wondering where that dude was going. I thought I put him on a boat. I guess I didn't send the boat. All right, well, let's go get this one. Dig-a-doo. There. So the relics, so the race to get to the Castle Age is all about getting your monastery up and your monks out to grab those relics like that, because when you have relics sitting in your monastery, it generates gold passively. So it allows you to kind of really build the stuff. Now that I've got a bunch of food and wood, I can really just start cranking. So you just go through all of these. Definitive Edition, yes, is what you want because it's got HD. This is like HD characters, so you can zoom in on it. You can really see how clear they are. They did a remaster of all the games. But yeah, you definitely want that. What do we need the most? We need food right now. We're getting ready to go through a bunch of food. Let's build out the farm. Where's my boat?
Attack an enemy now.
There it goes. Worth every penny. You won't regret it. If you like these kinds of games, if you like top-down real-time strategy games like StarCraft and progressing through eras and things like that, then it's absolutely, it's one of the best of all time. Where is my boat? Oh, it's hung up? Seriously? No. What? Where are you going?
Wood, please.
Damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. Seriously? Get the hell out of the way. There's no way I'm getting through there. What the hell? Oh, he's zigzagging. Oh, he's going. Zigzag it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Make everybody move. You need to go and blow shit up in Call of Duty? Yeah. You know what? I used to like Black Ops 2, and I kind of like Warzone. It's just not my bag, man. I don't like playing a game where I can die in the first 2 minutes, and then you have to spend all that time loading back in. Like, I'm complaining because I'm not very good at the game. I understand that. I'm not one of those people that are going to get into the top 10 ever in Call of Duty. One, because I hate the playstyle. I've never been. I think the gun handling is not good. But I come from the Unreal Tournament, Halo kind of realm, right? Destiny. I think those are the gun mechanics, gun games.
Attack an enemy now.
Wait, where are all you guys scattering off to? So I always get a big farm going just to get food production.
Wood, please.
Let's get you guys to build another doodad over here. So I can put a farm there. Let's get... So the trick is kind of knowing which upgrades to do and which ones to avoid as well, Vinny. You just learn that over time. All right, was there another relic anywhere? So this mode that I'm playing, Vinny, is basically 4-on-4 with all AI bots. So they're not the most intelligent creatures in the world. What is that? Oh. Actually, it might be quicker if I just have them walk across the land instead of trying to navigate that shit, but we'll give it a shot. Good God. How the hell am I going to get through there? Yeah, screw this. Let's just have them walk.
Wood, please.
Alright, you guys go back here.
Attack an enemy
And we'll
now.
just blow that boat up. Cool. Alright. So, got a relic. Got, what am I up to? 3? Did I get 3? Yeah, I'm going to have 3. So, alright. So, that'll generate, I think it's like 25 gold a second. I believe. All right, so you guys are going to come down here and tear out some wood. Go nuts. I need these forests gone. Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks. info@orders@apple.com. Your item was delivered. Yeah, I know. It's hung up on this install now screen. Like it hasn't moved. And if I try and tap that, it's just sitting there spinning its wheels. It's infuriating. Like it should have gone somewhere by now. I'm wondering if it's to do with the internet. Maybe if I turn Wi-Fi off. God. I just can't. I can't get out of anything. I can't do anything. I know what Zug Zug is. More work? Yeah, Red Alert 2 is my jam. That hell mark. I mean, it's downloaded the updates, it's just not installing them. Super Bowl weekend. Go Rams. I'm pulling for Stafford. I want that son of a bitch to have a ring for that as payback for that shitty career that he's had in Detroit. Poor bastard.
Wood, please. Attack an enemy now.
Oh, my job makes me laugh sometimes. My job makes me laugh a lot. Come on.
Wood, please.
Oh, did you corner yourself in there? The villagers aren't very smart either, Vinny. Be ready for that. They'll draw themselves into a corner. Yeah, look at all these boats. Yeah, I love. So they randomly place the 8 teams on the map, and then they kind of you get a 90-minute treaty. You can determine all these things in the individual settings. I just like to max everything out. Give me all 8 players. Give me 90-minute treaty time. You can even get infinite resources if you want to, which makes a game. It completely changes how you play the game. You don't have to build all this shit. You can just start building an army, and you can have an absolute unit of an army for, 90 minutes. Why don't you guys go get all this stone?
Wood, please.
Why don't you guys come help down here? You guys come help down here too. I need these trees cleared out. Alright, fine. I'm gonna make you build it back.
Wood, please.
Actually, you come build me some stuff. I need one of these.
Attack an enemy now.
So build army and take over the world? Absolutely. Absolutely. The dumb thing that the AI does is they'll start just building shit all in the middle of your... Like, this green guy is just... For some reason, he's dropping a town center right in the middle of my shit. Rather than just building a mining camp. So what I'm going to do is go over here, I'm going to build a mining camp, and we're going to just mine it all before he can even get to it. I got to get rid of that stone that's right here, though. Lumber camp. So every time you get through a new era, you got to do a bunch of upgrades. Let's do this fast. There we go.
Attack an enemy now.
Good stuff, right? Now, he built this town center. Where the hell are they going? Where's he sending these guys? Did they just come up here to build a town center and then just bail out? What the hell are you doing, dude? See, that's just annoying as shit. You coming in here and building shit in my backyard. All right, there we go. Now we're done. You guys go mine the shit out of that. What were you mining?
Wood, please. Attack an enemy now. Wood, please.
Get out of there. And then you'll notice as they've built so many damn boats that it makes the whole game just choppy. So it's not until the treaty run. We got about 30 more minutes in the treaty before it runs out, and then I'll build a couple of castles and just nuke all the boats. And then the game plays fine again. It's definitely a bug. Total AI move, absolutely. It's just so stupid. And I can't do anything about it. I can't, like, they're going to end up being an ally because they're right next to me.
Wood, please.
Wait, who's the... Who else is idle? See, it made it so tight in there that my guys can't even get back to the mining camp to drop it off.
Attack an enemy
So
now.
annoying. All right. We got to get some lumber operations going. Look at all that stone. I love it.
Wood, please.
Good song. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks. So can you take over other build areas with your army? Absolutely. This isn't like Civilization or anything. I can literally go build anywhere I want to on the map. So strategically, I'm guessing that my allies are going to be green. It'll either be green. You guys can't see. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on. Yeah. So you can't, it's hard to see the mini map down here, but you can see green, orange, red, purple or pink, blue, yellow, gray. So if I had to guess, blue or green, I'm blue. Green, orange, and red are probably going to be my allies, right? It may be the other way around where it's green, yellow, and gray. You have no way to tell really until the treaty time is up in 25 minutes. But I can go and build anything I want anywhere I want. So at a certain point, you'll see. Once I get a lot of this stuff cleared out. $66 outside? Yeah, man. I hear that. Everybody have a great weekend, man. I'll hang out for a little bit. I need to go. I can't really film anything with this phone doing whatever the hell it's doing. It's still sitting there. I'm probably going to reset it. Shut down. Yeah, we're at a point in Vegas now where we're getting into the high 60s, lower 70s every day. And it's not going to go back down until December. All right, get rid of that. I need to steal one of you guys, and we're going to mass build some houses. No, I got to go. AWS was having a bunch of problems causing havoc with my labs this morning. So I got to finish building some of that stuff out. I need to shoot. What does it say? Reconnecting. Set up new phone. Transferring from Nick's phone. What is it doing that lost connection to your other phone and connection is required to validate your passcode? Okay. Oh, now I'm getting transferring data. Okay, so I had to hard reset it. That's messed up. God, see, that's kind of the downfall of these things. I had to break out of the transfer from phone to phone in order to get my two-factor authentication code. 58728. It may take a few minutes to set up your Apple ID. Okay. Because in the middle of transferring shit from my old phone, it wanted to set up my Apple ID. So it made me log in. Just this kind of stuff, like, come on, guys. This kind of stuff should be table stakes at this point. All right, I haven't been paying attention, my dudes. There we go. Make this your new iPhone. Yes. Continue. Have everything set up as you had on your other phone. You just had to copy an email into Salesforce 3 times because of browser issues? Yeah. Continue. Okay, so I need more villagers. More villagers. Previous cards. Yep, all those. Oh god. I'm not going to remember all the CCVs. You gonna make me do every single card's CCV?
Attack an enemy now.
Ugh. Yep, I think I'm gonna jump off here, guys. I don't need to finish playing that. That's the other thing, Vinny, is I end up quitting more games than I finish because I end up getting distracted and wanting to do other stuff. Card added. All right, guys, I'm gonna go finish setting up my iPhone, try and shoot my video this afternoon, get that over to the editor for the next couple of weeks, and yeah, I'll see you guys in Discord. Hang out, Vinny. While I got you, man, when's the episode coming out? Is it a when you get around to it thing? You don't have a kind of an established start date? Or whatever you call it, publish date. Okay. All right, brother. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Put it on your calendars. Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, Cloud Field Day. Yours truly will be presenting and demoing some pretty cool stuff to do with FSX. You're not going to want to miss it. Cloud Field Day. We're probably going to be streaming it in the NetApp Discord as well. Drew, if you're still here, I'll talk to you about that later, or Monday. Have a good weekend, guys. Deuces.